I don't want to be in jail, Your Honor.
Well, the people you tased, they just wanted to, I'm assuming they were there to support their families as well. So why were you tasing people?
A deputy pleads guilty to tampering with a government record, and the state is fighting deferred adjudication hard. But the real shock is what the court is about to hear happened inside that jail. This gets serious fast.
You entered a plea to account for tampering with the government record. You entered a plea of guilty. The state waives counts 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. They're opposing your application for deferred adjudication. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Judge. Yeah.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, I've gone over my client and given him a chance to read it at his own pace.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No objection, Judge.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor, though. It's kind of taken away that they said a taser was a weapon.
All right.
Well, it's not a deadly weapon.
All right. So state, you're opposed to his application for deferred adjudication?
Yes.
You may speak to that.
Yes, Judge. I would just like to briefly, in the stipulations, it is the investigator Trujillo outlined what this defendant did. I would just like to briefly go over that to give the court an idea of what happened.
All right. So just so everyone knows, I am here to listen to whatever you all want to present, but just know that on PSI reports, I've read the PSI report and I've always reread the stipulations that were entered, but you may proceed.
Yes, Judge. So this defendant took advantage of people who he was supposed to be supervising and training in the Bexar County Jail. He was the CERT deputy in charge of cadets and lockdown units with violent offenders, people with ag assaults, murder charges pending. At least 5 individuals claimed that this defendant tased them when they were not consenting to it, when they were not looking, and that he did it in front of inmates, which, jeopardizes the security of the jail and also does not help with the retention issues that the jail is having as well. At least 2 of the victims left after that they were tased because they didn't want to be part of that work environment. Some of them were tased on the arms, legs, back, stomach. Multiple people said they did not want to be tased. He did it anyways. There's evidence that after he tased them and that the victims would ask him, why'd you do that? He would look at them and smile. Some of the people consented to being tased. However, it was under a type of duress. For example, one of the victims went to him asking for clippers so that they could cut the inmate's hair in another unit. And he said, I'll give them to you if you let me tase you. I also reviewed the PSI, and in the PSI, I noticed that he said that he had been tased before. There's evidence that was uncovered throughout the investigation that he would, when the victims would say, hey man, why'd you do that to me? Have you ever been tased? He would respond back with, no, and I'm not going to let anyone tase me. So I don't know which part of that is actually true. Judge, I just want to make it very clear that when these reports come out and when all this stuff is happening, they don't say Andrew Garcia was tasing people in the jail. They say a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy was tasing people. He's besmirched the badge of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. This is supposed to be a controlled environment, and he added chaos to an already chaotic environment. By doing this in front of the inmates, it put not only him in jeopardy and the cadets, but also the other inmates. And it is his sole job in the jail to maintain the health and safety of the inmates who are there. I'll leave you with this, Judge. It's the state's position that he needs to carry this conviction. When he was confronted about it, he put on a government record that he does not recall this ever happening. However, in the PSI, he says the reason he did it is because it was done to him. The old saying, if all your friends jump off of a bridge, are you going to do it too? And here it seems like he just went along with it and was tasing all these cadets. I just want to point out one of the individuals, this defendant is 6'10", 245 pounds, at least at the time when he was working there. One of the victims is 5'2" and 112 pounds. And he reported that he was held up against the wall physically and that this defendant would not set him down. that he would put him into an armbar in front of other inmates and tase him multiple times in front of other inmates. This was not a one-off time, Judge. If it was, I don't think the state would be having such an issue with deferred. It's the fact that we found out that this happened to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individuals. And the one individual he didn't tase, he would harass. So when he would go to start doing his checks on the inmates, this defendant would point the red dot at him, come up behind him and clack the taser while the cadet was just trying to do his job. Therefore, the state thinks that this defendant should carry a conviction because of the egregiousness and because he has besmirched the badge of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
Defense.
Well, besmirching the bad may be horrible, but it's not an offense. Mr. Garcia, do you realize what you did with all
Just
these?
1 second. If you're going to call him as a witness, I need to swear him in.
Please swear him in, Your
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Andrew Garcia.
All right, defense.
Thank you. And do you realize what you're accused of by tasing and harassing these cadets is not a proper work environment or training environment for them?
100%.
Okay. Have you learned from this not to do something like that?
100%. Yes.
Okay. Were you ever tased? Yes or no?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And is it part of training that everybody's going to get tased sooner or later? Is there normally a time when they get
At a
tased?
time and a place, yes.
Okay. And did you notice anything from the inmates reacting to your alleged misconduct?
I'm sorry?
Did you notice that any of the inmates took the fact that you may have tased somebody as something they could get away with more problems?
Mr. Anton, I do not recall tasing in front of inmates.
So, and this is your first offense,
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay.
Excuse me. Norma. Go ahead.
And you're asking the judge to give you deferred adjudication on this, your first offense.
Yes, I am.
And you'll follow any conditions the court gives you to do?
Of course.
Okay. Anything else you want to say real quickly?
I have a newborn baby. This is a first-time offender. I do understand what I did was, wrong. I would not do it again if I made a mistake. I'm about to get married here in the next couple of weeks. I asked for, if you put on deferred, I would greatly appreciate it. I have done my lesson, Your Honor. And I would never, ever do anything like this again.
Any questions?
Any questions from the state?
Just a few questions. So your attorney asked you, you know that that's not a proper work environment, stuff to do in the work environment, correct? But you understand this is more than just some type of workplace harassment, that was criminal conduct you were doing,
Yes,
where you were housing people who have allegedly committed crimes.
correct.
So in fact, you were committing crimes in the jail.
Correct.
No further questions, Judge.
Nothing else, John?
All right. Mr. Garcia. The state decided to go on count 4, tampering with government records. They didn't go on counts 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, and 7. So when is your wedding?
We are actually going to marriage license to pick up the proper documents. And then whenever, I guess, they have their scheduling, we'll pick a date, but as soon as possible.
All right, the state is asking for you to have a conviction. If this were counts 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, I would probably have no question about giving you a conviction. But however, you do need to be punished.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
punished is not just permanent surrender of your TCO license. So I'm going to give you a choice. I will give you 4 years deferred adjudication. With that, you're going into custody to the Bexar County Jail for 30 days. That's your punishment. Or I will give you a conviction. Which do you choose?
And the conviction, and are you just giving regular probation? Is that what you're saying,
Yes.
Your Honor? You want the conviction?
The conviction is no jail time.
No, I mean, that's something you can discuss with your attorney. I will give you 4 years deferred adjudication. With 4 years deferred adjudication as part of your punishment, you're going to the Bexar County Jail 2 day in handcuffs for 30 days, or you will have a guilty conviction on your record. Which do you choose?
The conviction.
And let me ask you this, since you're under oath, why don't you want to go to the Bexar County Jail?
I have a family to support. I am the only one that works within my family. My wife is focusing on her degree. And it's, I don't want to be in jail, Your Honor.
Well, the people you tased, they just wanted to, I'm assuming they were there to support their families as well. So why were you tasing people? And I don't want to hear, because how old are you?
24.
24. I don't want to hear this is like college and people are hazing people. I never understood why people who had been hazed decide to haze other people. So why were you tasing people at the jail who are just there? And I know those cadets are young because I've seen some of them. They're 18. Some of them look as though they're 12. So why were you tasing cadets?
Your Honor, it was, doesn't make it right. It's a thing that's going around.
Oh, you're saying there are other cadets there are other people at the names. Who are the people who are tasing people at the jail?
Off the top of my head, Your Honor, it's been a while. I don't.
No, I'm thinking, who tased you? Give me a name. I'm sure the state would like to know these names. So who are the names of the people who were tasing you?
Your Honor, I do not remember.
Of course, you always remember the first person who tased you.
The first person who tased me was in proper training.
Oh, what's their name?
That was.
All of the complainants in this case remember you as tasing them. That's why you're here. So who tased you?
In proper training, it was Deputy Chavez.
No. Not in training, because you were not tasing people in training. I know that sometimes, and I don't know if it's still the case. I think it's not the case. They would tase officers in training so they would know this is the voltage of the taser. This is how it feels. Much like in the military, when they release the gas, so you'll know how to wear your mask properly. No, I'm talking about who tased you improperly, because that's why we're here. You're saying people hazed you, so you're just hazing people. So who are these people who tased you when you were not in training?
Your Honor, I do not remember names.
All right. So who else is tasing people at the jail and tasing cadets other than you? Because that's what you're telling people. You're telling me, you're telling the state, you're telling the attorney that there's tasing happening at the jail. I'm sure those cadets don't want to be tased if it's not in training. So who are these other people who are tasing cadets? We want to know. So tell me who they are. Do you need to sit in the box while you think of the names of the people?
Mr. Randall.
Can you remember any names at all?
I cannot remember any names.
Is there any reason why are you not intentionally not remembering names, correct?
No, I cannot remember.
Oh, I mean, if you want to sit in the box and think about the names, because you can't just throw around people are being tased at the jail by other people and then that's it. Who are these people who are tasing people? There's nothing worse. Well, there may be other things that are worse than people who say, well, I heard. But you're not saying I heard.
I heard, yes, ma'am.
You're saying, oh, now you're changing it to I heard?
I haven't seen someone get tased. I've heard of stories of people getting tased, and I just ran with that.
Oh, so he's never seen anybody tased. So now he's not just continuing the hazing that happened to him. He was just tasing people. Your unborn child, is this going to be a girl or a boy?
He's 4 months old. He's a boy, yes, ma'am.
4 months old. So what if he decides to be a cadet at the jail and somebody like you who's 6'10", however much you weigh, is tasing him?
I would be unhappy with that.
How unhappy would you be?
Very unhappy. Very unhappy.
And how would you think the work environment would be for your son when they're constantly worried about some guy who's bigger than them tase them?
As a parent, I would not approve of that work environment, Your Honor.
That's what you did. Some people would call it being a bully, but that's what you did.
Yes, ma'am.
So you deserve a conviction, and I'm going to give you a conviction. Is there anything else from either party?
No, Your Honor, nothing from the defense.
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
All right, where are you working?
Alamo.
All right, court is going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. Proof of employment. within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting. Oh, and if I haven't said it before, I'm finding you guilty. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular UAs. There's to be the permanent surrender of your TCOL license. And I know sometimes people will give up their TCOL license, but then they go to another state and they're allowed to become officers again. So while you're on this probation, there's to be no employment as a security officer, any field of employment which requires you to supervise others. Probation, is there any type of anti-bullying course for him? All right, you're going to take somebody's anti-bullying course so you can understand the impact that you have when you bully people.
Sure.
There's to be no contact with any of the complainants. That's Dayton Lopez, Xavier Garcia Rios, Efrain Acosta. Probation, is there anything else? Oh, 200 hours of community service restitution. Court is not waiving any of those hours, and I'm going to require parenting classes. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Want to just give you anything, help you at all. This is your time to ask.
Sir, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
No.
All right. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right, we can go off the record. I understand why you don't want to do your time at the Bexar County Jail. And you know what? I know it has to do with people in the box and security for you at the Bexar County Jail. So that heavy beating of your heart, that's the heavy beating that all of those cadets had whenever you were on shift. And you need to remember that. Do you understand?
Sure.
All right, good luck to you. Yes.
I apologize. You want field visits?
Yes, field visits once a month for 3 months. All right, just have a seat. They'll go over conditions with you.
Let's see.
Judge, I had Mr. Solis evaluated.
Mhm.
Dr. Scott came back with his report.
Is it Scott or Scott?
SKOP.
All right, I don't know why somebody wrote in here, Dr. Scott. So, Dr. Scott, yes.
And so, Judge, he's, according to Dr. Scott, is ready to go to trial. Problem is, he doesn't trust my counsel.
All right, then he needs to hire an attorney.
And to that, I've been trying to work with him. He's got some ideas that he thinks may be conducive for that. I talked with the state about taking care of his misdemeanors today. So he can post bonds on the 2 felonies, get out, and then retain counsel. So we could take care of the misdemeanors today. He knows that it'll be convictions. He knows that it's.
I have no jurisdiction on the misdemeanor. They're not in my purview. I'm just concerned about the felonies that's on the court's docket. And I am not, Mr. Solis.
My client wants to read it. So she can read it. Oh, sorry, Judge.
Yes.
He has something written. I thought he wanted you to read it, but I guess he wants to read it.
See, I've lost faith. I've lost faith in my counsel and no longer trust his advice. He's lied to me repeatedly about my cases. He tested my cases. Who he's spoken with.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
My counsel and I have lost faith in my counsel's advice. No longer trust him. Because he has lied to me about my cases,
All
details
right,
of
let
my
me stop you
cases.
right there, Mr. Solis. Mr. Solis?
Ma'am, if
Mr. Solis, let me tell you something right here now. Number one, sometimes I've been a defense attorney, I've been a prosecutor. Sometimes people don't want to hear what their defense attorney wants to say to them because they want what they want. And if their defense attorney can't get it from the
If I may
state,
finish?
no, you may not. If the defense attorney doesn't get what their client wants from the state, then somehow it's the defense attorney's fault. What I can tell you from being an attorney, when people have cancer and go see a doctor, nobody blames the doctor that the fact that they got cancer. But what I've experienced in my lifetime is that when somebody has criminal charges pending, they usually blame the defense attorney.
Absolutely.
What I can tell you in this court is I require, not much. What I require is that people are kind to each other, that people treat everybody with respect, even if they don't like the person. As my grandmother would say, everybody's here to do a job, not necessarily be friends.
Thank you. Yeah, that's
So-
perfect. Well put. May I, if I
Yeah,
may?
here's the
please?
thing,
Yes, ma'am.
that I require that the state give an offer to the defense.
Understood.
I require that the defense have all the discovery. Defense, do you have all the discovery in this case?
I believe we do. There is on the case that's set, well, that is or isn't set today, there's a witness I would like to interview.
All right.
So
Has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And the witness who's listed that you want to interview, is it a witness that's in a police report?
yes, it is.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, how much time do you need to get in touch with this witness?
I reached out to her attorney. I have to hear back from the attorney just to make sure that she's not represented by counsel anymore. And then I have to try and locate her because she's out. Meaning,
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Solis, I need a 3-week reset. That will be your plea deadline date. After that, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements. If you wish to plea open to the court, then you have to plea open to the court. If you want to hire an attorney, you're more than welcome to hire an attorney,
Which is,
but the court is not excusing this attorney from your
if I
case.
may, you made a great point, wonderful point, when you said that you must treat everybody with respect and so forth and so on. And that, and I don't deny him that he is probably a good lawyer, a wonderful lawyer. But the fact remains that he does not believe in me. And I need somebody that believes in me so that I may move forward to face a fair trial. See, and which I was getting to, because it's denying me my basic constitutional rights, due process and equal protection, violations of amendments 5, 6, 14 to the Constitution of the United States, Articles 1, Sections 10, 19, 29, the Constitution of the United States of Texas, and Articles 1.05 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. That's why I was begging the court for appointment of new counsel.
No,
on
you're
my
not getting
cases.
appointed a new attorney. What's going to end up happening if you want another attorney, you need to hire one.
Absolutely.
All
And
right.
I'll try that if I'm able to get out. That's why I wanted to take care of my misdemeanors, because I have 5.
Well, here's the thing. If you're not able to hire another attorney, this is the attorney who will be representing you.
Even in trial.
Yes.
and Judge, I just renew that I don't think we can effectively communicate because
Oh,
he
sure
does
you
not
can.
trust my advice.
Here's the
He
thing.
doesn't believe when I tell him what the law is, he doesn't believe me.
You can communicate, and guess what? If whether or not somebody believes that the law is the law, that's completely up to that person. If he wants to go to trial, believing that what he's charged with is not an offense, or believing that there are certain defenses that are not available for the offense he's charged with, or whatever it may be, that's completely up to him. All you can do is tell him,
But if there,
Dr. Scott has said that he's competent, and people with all this thing about, I want somebody to believe in me, that's for record producers.
there
Like, I
exists an
believe you're a
antagonistic
great singer.
relationship. There now exists an antagonistic relationship between my attorney.
No, it's not antagonistic.
You're
No.
not the attorney and or.
Okay, so here's the thing. I want you to listen to me clearly, okay? Dr. Scott has said you're competent, correct?
Absolutely.
Do you know what's going on with your case? All right. You know that this person here is your attorney, Mr. Charles? That's a yes or no. You know he's your attorney, yes or
Yes.
no? All right. So this is what's going to happen. We're coming back. I've given you a plea deadline date. On that date, either you're going to accept it or reject it. If you reject it, what's going to end up happening is you're going to jury trial, and the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. If you decide you want a jury trial, you are either going to jury trial with Mr. Charas, or you're going to jury trial with whatever attorney that you hired. You understand?
Understood.
These cases are not, I need someone who believes in me. This is not where you're on American Idol or Star Search, where you need somebody to believe in your voice. This is a case, the facts are the facts. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2023 CR 2279, State of Texas versus Roger Nick Jones. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Lindsay Shaw,
Defense?
Angela Blake.
Are you Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Jones, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram or 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just ask that you follow the plea bargain, Judge.
All right. In the police report, it mentions other warrants, a possession less than a gram in a theft case. Are those out-of-county warrants?
Those are within Bexar County. Those both been resolved. The felony was dismissed. The misdemeanor was also dismissed.
All right. Do you have any children?
I have 3 children, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 3 years old.
And where are they?
They are currently with a family placement because I'm currently doing services to receive them back due to the charge that I received.
And so what's your drug of choice?
I currently don't have a drug of choice.
Well, I mean, this was found in your bra. Why do you have meth in your bra?
Yeah, I've been sober. I did have it, but I went to Alpha Home. I did inpatient treatment. And so I have not been, but I did have it and I used to use it, but.
And when were you released from inpatient treatment in Alpha Home?
March 30th. And I'm still doing outpatient for my CPS. For my CPS caseworker, I'm still doing outpatient classes and programs. But I was probably going to be going back to complete 28 more days, just so it looks better in CPS in children's court.
Who's your CPS attorney?
Miss Mance.
And who are you living with now?
I live with my mother right now.
Are you employed?
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Wendy's.
You know, I don't know if I should say it or not. Wendy's burgers, I never could get used to the square. And
that's how they pat them out before we freeze them, because you have to pat them out like that, and they have like a little square thing that you put on it to make them like that. I don't know
what happens to the rest of the meat. Do y'all just join it with other?
The rest of the meat, they cook it and they put it in the chili.
Oh, okay. I remember when Wendy's first came to Louisiana, and that was a lot of money, right? So we go to Wendy's because we're like, can't go to Mr. Swift's, which was the best burger place, even though it was in Grand Cane, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know why we thought McDonald's tasted good, but we go to Wendy's, we're spending our last little money on Wendy's. And I'm telling you, the fact that they boil their burger. Do y'all still boil the burger?
No.
To keep it?
No, they don't boil them anymore. They freeze them and then we take them out and put them on the grill. And then afterwards, if the meat is still in good condition, chop them up and they put them in the chili to where it can be reused instead of throwing it away.
The only thing that I've ever really liked from Wendy's was their spicy chicken sandwich and their chocolate frosty or whatever it's called.
Those are literally both my favorites. That's all
Although
I-
the chicken sandwich, I don't even do that anymore. I have bad memories of going on a ride after having eaten that. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. How far did you go in school?
I'm still in school now. I'm enrolled in Penn Foster, but I'm about to stop doing that to go.
All right, just 1 second. Everyone, you need to whisper and do not talk in that jury box if you're behind the court reporter.
But I currently just stopped my classes through Penn Foster so I can enroll in a program because my counselor at Alpha Home, she gave me a referral to where I can do GED classes and start my college classes through SAC. So that's what I'm about to be doing.
Okay. There's to be regular UAs.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, I'm gonna need you to coordinate with CPS because I'm gonna want treatment for her, but I need proof that you've completed Alpha Home. So was that inpatient?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm gonna request inpatient treatment with Alpha Home. But I'll note that she's already completed it, but you're gonna have to provide proof to probation, okay?
Okay.
Are you doing any sober meetings?
I do that. That's why I'm still doing the outpatient with Alpha Home. I'm no longer there because my mom, like I take care of my mom as well. So I've been doing the outpatient, but I still meet with my counselor there. I still meet with my sponsor. I go to the Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the Friday meetings every week.
All right, so probation, she needs to provide proof to you that she's completed the inpatient. If she's completed the inpatient, then we're gonna require her to continue with outpatient treatment through Alpha Home. We're gonna do field visits one time per month. And probation, if you want to count the field visits as reporting, you can count it as reporting. And if you want to coordinate with CPS to make sure that they're doing visits and CPS does them, then those can count. CPS compliance. 300 hours of community service restitution. That will be satisfied once you've completed parenting classes in your GED. So in order to complete your 300 hours community service restitution, you need to complete the GED courses and your parenting courses, and probation that can be through CPS. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
In order to the court assess a fine, we would just ask that if the court.
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, don't reach through. You can't do that. You're just asking for trouble by doing that. Oh, just come around. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right, you're 26. You have 3 children.
Mhm.
These 3 children are 100% dependent upon you. So,
And only me.
and only you. So if you don't do what's required of you, what's going to end up happening is CPS is going to terminate your rights, and they're going to end up who knows where with who knows who. I've done plenty of CPS cases, and what I can tell you is this. And you can take it and use it or not use it. Do not get involved in any relationships until your children are of age. And let me just tell you why I say that. Yes, this could be a hallmark moment where you meet some guy who's working at Wendy's who comes in, and next thing you know, he's a corporate CEO. But that really only happens in Hallmark. Or it can turn out to be a Lifetime movie. I like children. I think children are great. But when you have children, they're suitcases. Think of them as suitcases.
Yeah.
The 11-year-old is a suitcase. It's the 8-year-old, the 3-year-old. And I'm not talking about carry-on. They're checked baggage. And then you're on probation. That's another suitcase. So any guy or partner you get with, you need to make sure that they're okay carrying those suitcases. And if they're not okay, you shouldn't be with them.
I'm really just focused on myself.
You should.
Relationship is like, it's like the last thing in my
Thank you.
life. Like, I'm really focused on my growth and what I need to do for myself and my kids. Because I don't want to just have a job. I want a career. I want to build stability. So when I'm gone, my kids have something. Like, I don't want to just be that parent that their kids can't learn anything from. Because I was a young mom, but still, that's no excuse.
Right. I want you to remember what you said to me. So when you come back here, I expect all of that to be true.
Okay.
As my mother, her teacher would always tell them, don't end up with some joker. And my teacher in high school, Mr. Reed, would always tell us, don't end up with a joker. So don't end up with a joker. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Probation, we'll go over conditions with you.
Outcome. The court refuses to replace counsel, confirms competency, and sets a firm plea deadline. Accept the offer or go to jury trial with current counsel or privately hired counsel. In the second case, the defendant receives 3 years deferred adjudication with strict reporting, treatment proof, CPS coordination, and community service. If you want more real courtroom breakdowns, like, share, comment, and subscribe.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 3464, State of Texas versus Layla Ray Ann Tanton. Could I have parties announced on the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense.
Charles May for the defense, Your Honor, ready.
Are you Ms. Tanton?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Tanton, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're waiving count 1 and proceeding on count 2, Judge.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Tanton, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would just ask that the court proceed with the deferred adjudication. My client is deeply remorseful of what she's done, her actions, Judge, and she would ask this court to follow the agreement that has been in place, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
I have a daughter.
How old?
She'll be 4 November 6th.
And where is she?
She's with my mother in Houston.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am, I have full custody, no CPS cases.
Well, did you give up your rights to your mom?
No, I did temporary guardianship. My daughter has.
I'm sorry, could you?
I said, I gave temporary guardianship. My daughter.
All right, everyone, please whisper.
My
Yes.
daughter has juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, so she gets the best medical care over in Houston. My mom works at the hospital, so.
How far did you go in school?
I went all the way into my junior year, and I did cosmetology school and completed all my hours.
Okay. So when's the last time you had employment?
I worked at Golden Chick. I would say it was March. It was March through April.
And what does your mom do at the hospital?
My mom is head coordinator of San Jack Methodist.
And do you have any other siblings?
Yes, I have a brother and a sister. A
All
younger
right.
brother
And what does your brother and sister do?
My brother is a barber. He's in barber school, and my sister is going to be graduating high school in about a year and a half.
All right. And who is this Michael Martin to you?
It's my ex-fiance.
What is that ex-fiance since this happened? Before you were arrested, how often were you doing meth?
I wasn't one.
Okay, I find that hard to believe. I don't think you're just doing marijuana. I think there's more to it. And let me just tell you why I say that. I say that because I've read the police report. So I think it's more than marijuana. And I'm going to tell you something right now. One, I'm inclined to go along with this deferred adjudication. If you tell me you don't have a meth problem, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you out into the world. I'm going to make a notation that you said you didn't have a meth problem. And you know what's going to end up happening? If you go out into that world and you're going to be drug tested, and when you're drug tested, you test positive for meth, I'm not going to want to hear that, oh, I have a meth problem, because I'm asking you right now to be honest with me so I can set conditions so that perhaps you can get your life together. Perhaps you can be in your daughter's life, because right now, the only thing you're doing is hanging around with a fiance who has parole violations. Did you know he had a criminal past?
I did, ma'am.
And you still thought, let me get with this guy who has a criminal past. I have a 4-year-old daughter who has medical needs, but eventually, because this guy is my fiance, this is the guy who I think would be great to be in her life. A person who's only doing marijuana doesn't believe that. Someone who's doing meth and other things believes that, because you're just trying to get your next fix. And if Michael Martin has parole and has been to, which if he's on parole, that means that he's been to prison. And if you think somebody who's been to prison with the charges that they have in this police report that he's on parole for, if you think that's a good person to be in your daughter's life, that tells me you're doing more than marijuana. So this is the last time I'm going to ask you, and we can pretend like this is the first time I'm asking you, if that will help you be honest with the court. How often are you using meth?
I stopped using meth. I did that for my daughter and because I was going to lose my family.
So when did you start using meth?
Started whenever I got with my fiance.
So why are you before the court pretending like you don't do meth and you've never done meth?
I'm not pretending like I haven't done it. I just
Now you're playing semantics with me, and I don't appreciate that, because I clearly asked you how often you were using meth. I know you're not using meth today because you're in court, and the deputies would not have brought you over with the items to do meth in the box. I asked you how often were you using meth, and you said, I don't use meth. I haven't used meth. That's what you said. And you're playing games with me, and I don't appreciate that. I already knew you used meth because that's in the police report. Nobody is driving around with this much meth in the car unless you're using it or unless you're selling it. And obviously there was an issue with you, because I don't know why people are driving around San Antonio smoking a blunt in the car and you think the police are not going to pull you over. All right. Is there anything else?
No.
This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. We're going to do a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow all recommendations of TAP. If they recommend inpatient treatment, she's going to inpatient treatment. Is felony drug court full?
Your Honor, they are classified evaluations. They will be accepting clients, however, they don't have funding yet, so the clients will be limited.
All right, we'll do a referral to felony drug court. If felony drug court accepts her, she can go there. There's going to be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to want her in intensive parenting classes. Once she completes that, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no contact with Michael Martin. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and that includes her own child. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. No, I'm sorry, not regular UAs. We're going to do the UA hotline. When you're released, where are you going to be staying? Who are you going to be staying with? Do you have a place to stay?
I have my own house here.
All right. There's going to be field visits one time per month until further notice. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And she either needs to get her GED or complete some type of trade so you can get employment where you can take care of yourself and take care of your daughter. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So she needs some sort of trade school or either GED. And what I can tell you, because you have this charge, anything, any occupation that requires a license, you need to let them know about this, because for some, they're not going to give you a certificate or anything because you have this felony. Do you understand? So before you waste money, ask them if that's going to be a problem. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful on this deferred adjudication?
No, ma'am.
We can go off the record. What is this tattoo on your neck about?
It's $.
Why do you have a $ on your neck?
I do my own tattoos. Just practice.
But no, why would you put a $? It has to mean something.
Everybody likes money.
All right. And Vashon, I forgot on her. We're going to need a MIC evaluation and also also a gang evaluation. What is up with the weapon on your tattooed on your arm?
Did it myself.
And the snake?
I didn't do this thing.
All right. What is that about?
My cousin passed away in a car accident that we were both in. Her last name was Rose, so I guess Rose.
All right. And what is the other name underneath your arm?
My daughter.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Judge, she did have a UCW handgun from the same incident date in County Court 9. She got a JSAT on that, but I can email those prosecutors to
Destroy the weapon.
Yes.
All right. Now, let me just tell you, your 4-year-old daughter, she can't go out into the world and make her own choices, right? That's why she's living with your mom. She doesn't have employment. She can't take care of herself. And usually children don't make great decisions, especially at that age, because they want what they want. If you give them candy, guess what? They want candy all the time, right? So your 4-year-old is depending on you to make good decisions, your mom to make good decisions, and you're not. I don't know what you were thinking that you would think it would be okay to bring a fiance in your daughter's life who's been to prison, obviously is not rehabilitated because you all are driving around smoking blunts in a car and he has a parole warrant. You need to either make a decision that you're going to be a good influence and a good parent to your 4-year-old, or either 100% get out of her life. Do you understand? Yes.
Governor, I just want to confirm if she resides here in Bear County or.
Oh, she's going to be here in Bear County. She will not be in Houston. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Henry Knight. Why do I keep getting this sticker that you're refusing an interview? Did you refuse? No, come up here. We're not playing games. Come forward. Miss Ferguson, are you saying he refused the interview?
Oh, no.
All right, it's an old sticker. I was just going to say, all right, because I knew Miss Garza had been appointed to represent you. See, communication is key. They put this sticker on here. Defendant refused interview. I'm like,
See, that could have turned ugly real quick.
it could have, but I always communicate, so I want to know what's going on. We don't let things turn ugly in this court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so are you all ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Knight was scared for a minute. He's like, what? That's not me. All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 8435, State of Texas versus Henry Knight Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gitterhand, Your Honor.
Defense?
For defense.
And are you Mr. Knight?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Knight, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Henry Knight Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 8435 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on February 21st, 2023 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 6, on or about the 4th day of May, 2023 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Henry Knight Jr. departed Bear County without the written permission of the court and or the supervision officer in violation of condition number 6.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violations.
Any objection?
No objections.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 6, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 6 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
What are you requesting?
Adjudicate guilt, revoke the defendant off his probation and sentence him to 2 years in the Texas Department of Corrections.
All right, counsel, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Knight, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just give me one moment. Then the court will follow your agreement, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. You can go off the record. How old are you, Mr. Knight?
Just turned 30.
All right, so you just turned 30 years old. You're going to prison for 2 years. Think about your life and think about where you want to be. If you continue on this path, you're going to wake up and you're going to find that you spent a majority of your life either in somebody's jail or at somebody's prison. I don't think anybody wakes up when they're in elementary school and say, you know, when I grow up, I want to spend the rest of my life in prison, or I want to go to prison, or I want to go to somebody's jail. So you need to find that little boy who wanted to do something with his life, and you need to start doing that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Thank you, Ms. Garza.
Thank you, Judge.
Outcome. She receives 6 years deferred adjudication with TAP evaluation, possible inpatient treatment, no contact with Michael Martin, parenting requirements, and education or trade conditions. Then, Henry Knight pleads true to a violation, is adjudicated guilty, and gets 2 years in prison. If this breakdown helped, like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.